Hello everyone, welcome. I'm so excited for today's video because it is Christmas card crafting time with the latest Spellbinders card kit. So the October card kit usually is a Christmas themed kit. This one is called Feeling Festive. I'm going to pull everything out of this zipper bag to show you what's included in the kit. So you saw the chipboard stickers and the tape. And this month you get some really pretty embellishments, a large bag of those. So I am going to be creating some shaker cards with this. Also, I really like the envelope that it comes in this month because the zipper is on the long side. So much easier to pull everything out. Here is the cardstock. You get red, green, light blue, light pink, and white. Next up is the pack of die cut shapes. I'll open this up in just a minute. And then you get a pack of more die cut shapes, but these are acetate die cut shapes. They're really pretty. You're going to add some reflective sparkle on your cards. Let me just pull these out right now. There's not as many of these as there are of the other pack of die cut shapes. Let me show you what's included. And these will be great to create shaker cards if you want as well. Get some really cute pieces in this pack. Put those aside. Here are the envelopes. You get 8 of them, and you get 8 card bases. I'll be using up all 8 of these in today's video. And then here is the pack of pattern paper. This is 6 by 6 inch pattern paper. Let me flip through these beautiful patterns. These are always so inspiring to me. And a lot of them have some gold foiling on them, so they're really pretty. I'll set those aside. And here's the pack of puffy stickers. You get a lot of sentiments in this pack and some cute little images. And then last is the example page. This teaches you how to create this card. And there's another card on the other side that it inspires you to create. And it also tells you everything that's in your kit. Let me push everything aside and let's open up the die cut shapes. As always, you're going to get 2 of each. And you can create a lot more than just 8 cards with this kit and all of these pieces. But of course, you will have to bring in your own card bases for that. There's some really pretty Christmas images in this set. For card number 1, I'm going to create a shaker card. These are new in the Spellbinders shop. These are from Waffle Flower. These are shaker covers. They come in different shapes and sizes. I'm going to use a square size. This is 3.5 inch square. You have to put your own adhesive on the edges. I'm just using the adhesive that came in the kit, the double-sided adhesive, and putting a strip on each tab. Then I can pull them off. And I'm going to close up 3 of the sides. I cut down a piece of the white cardstock from the kit to fit inside. And then I left one opening so that I could pour in the shaker pieces. These are, some of them were really chunky. Oh, and this is the film that you take off, the protective film. And then I can peel off the last tape strip and just close that up. And then this is ready to put on your card. I had to shake it around a bit to get some of the pieces to lay flat because it's really chunky. So this is going to be a square card. I have a white card base that is a little bit larger than 3.5 inch. And now I can glue on the shaker window. I just added more dot liner behind this. I'm going to attach a really cute die cut shape of Mr. and Mrs. Santa. Then I'm going to figure out what sentiment I want to use. There's a lot to choose from. And I'm just going to put this over the die cut shape a little bit. And this says, ho, ho, ho. And then I have a holly berry sprig die cut shape that I'll just put up in the corner. And this card is done. It's such a fun little card. I don't know if you'll be able to put this in the mail very cheaply. This is going to be one that I'm going to hand deliver. Card number 2 is going to be super simple. I love this pattern paper with the little elves all over it. So I put that down first. And then another piece of pattern paper, this green piece with the dark green polka dots. And then these cute little elves that are stringing some Christmas tree lights. And then the sign on the left. Put the sign down first. And then I decide to pop up the little elves with some foam. From the embellishment pack, I pulled out some red sequins and some red stars, and I'm just going to put a bunch around this card. I have a new pickup stick. I just bought this at Joann's because I couldn't find my pickup stick. So it's really a sticky wax, so it's not working out very well. And then last, I'm going to put down my chipboard sticker sentiment with a little bit of glue. And this says Magical Holidays. I did decorate the insides of all of these cards. Forgot to show you the inside of card number 1, but I put a die cut shape in that card. And here is the finished card. And let me show you what I did on the inside. I always like to use up bits of the scrap pattern paper and die cut shapes. Now for card number 3, it's going to be another shaker. And this time I'm using a circle shaker cover. But I want to put down this pretty pattern paper first. Now to put the shaker together, I cut a circle out of the pattern paper. I'm going to put this circle piece inside the shaker. This time I'm putting tape runner all over the back of the pattern paper because I didn't want to put double-sided adhesive on each and every one of those little tabs on that circle. I thought this would be the easy way to go. I'll just put the circle inside and then I can start bending back the tabs and it'll stick to the tape runner. Of course, I'm going to leave a few tabs up so that I can pour in the shaker bits. This was a really fast way to do it. I think this would work for all the different sizes and shapes of shaker covers. Okay, so I'll pour in the pieces. And I'm going to use a stick just to kind of flatten some of these. I want to stand up on edge. Let's use the other end of my pickup stick. Flatten those. And then I can push down the tabs and seal it all up. To attach this to the card, I'm going to use more dot liner. But before I do that, I'm using another piece of the red cardstock to put over the window. Then you'll see the pink cardstock at the sides and a little bit around the window. Put lots of tape runner on this. And this is going to be another card that I'm going to have to hand deliver because it is pretty bulky. Center the circle inside the window. And then I'm going to pop up some floral die cut shapes. I used the foam squares just on the edge that's overhanging, so it'll be all the same height. And I'm going to put a few more flowers at the other side of the shaker window. I'm just attaching these with more dot liner. The sentiment is going to be another puffy sticker. I'm going to put this right in the center of the window, and this just says Christmas Magic. Here it is all done. Give it a shake for you. It's so pretty. On the inside of the card, I used more pattern paper and another floral die cut shape. Card number 4 is going to be a very simple Z-fold card with a slit. And I'm using 2 different pieces of pattern paper on the inside of my card base. I cut them both down so that they're just 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card base. And the card base is 5.5 by 4.25. I love these two pieces of patterned paper. So I have the green piece with the twinkle lights and the stars on it, and then this piece with the pretty Christmas trees. Then once I have these in place, I'm going to pull out my Fiskars paper trimmer. I use my paper trimmer to cut things, but also to score my cards. I find it is really accurate. I just use the little groove that cuts as well. I just use my bone folder and use that little groove to score the paper. And I scored this first panel in half. So this is 2 1/8. And then I can flatten the crease, the bone folder as well. I'm going to put this back in the paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut a slit at the bottom. And it is a 2 1/8 inch slit as well. I'm just trying not to go past the fold. So now I have this fun little slit in this Z-fold card. This is very simple and fun to do, and it's not going to be costly to mail, but it will be kind of a pop-up card. I'm going to score this other side as well, just the slit, and that just makes it easier to bend. Okay, so this card is ready to decorate. I'm going to put a Christmas tree. This is one of the die-cut shapes, and I love the nice big size of this tree. I put a little bit of tape runner at the bottom of the tree, and then at the bottom of this stack of presents. Just kind of pop out. It's so much fun. I'm going to put another stack of presents under the tree. I'm also going to use a little elf die-cut shape. He'll be kind of hiding at the bottom of the right side of this card. So when you open it, you'll see him there. And the sentiment is going to come from the chipboard stickers. So I'll put this up at the top. It just says Merry. There's an and sticker. And that's pretty because it's gold foiled. A little bit of shine. Then the bright sticker. I forgot to put glue behind the chipboard stickers, but I usually do. And then I'm going to put this in one of the envelopes from the card kit just to show you how thin it is and easy it will be to send out into the mail. So I think I'm going to create a few more off camera just to have on hand for November when I send out my Christmas cards. And this will be a nice card for the recipient to stand up. They display their Christmas cards like I do. For card number 5, I had to use this darling huge house die cut shape. But first I'm going to put down this piece of blue pattern paper. I'm using my long scissors, cut out some hills. I started that piece with my short scissors, but it was just kind of choppy. So much easier to use long scissors for this. I'm going to add some blueprint sketch stress oxide ink just on the tops of these hills. This will help to differentiate the two of them. It won't look like just one big white blob. And then I'll put glue on the first one just at the bottom. This way I can tuck the second hill behind it. And I'll put glue over the complete back of this hill. Now I have a place to tuck the house. I'll use some tape runner to attach this. And I'm also going to use a Christmas tree from the die cut shape pack. Now for the sentiments, and they come from the die cut shape pack. This one at the top says December is here. And then I'll use another one at the bottom. It says Christmas cheer. And it's good that I didn't add glue behind these quite yet, because I decided to take them off so that I can add a little bit more of the Blueprint Sketch Distress Oxide ink around the pattern paper. I'm going to put a sticky note over the house to protect it because I don't want to get any ink on that. But yet I don't want a distinct line there, so I'm just being very careful not to hit the paper. Then I can remove this sentiment, and I'll go around the bottom edge of the card. I really like using the Spellbinders tape runner because it's not permanent. It's strong, but it's not permanent. So I can fill up this tree and reposition it. It doesn't rip the paper. And here is the card all done. I love how this one turned out. It's so fun with all of those little elves in the windows. And then I put more elves on the inside of the card. Card number 6 is one of my favorites of this set. It's so pretty, but yet it's so simple. I loved this Christmas tree ornament pattern paper, and I'm going to add Christmas ornaments on top of it, but I didn't want them to get lost in the busyness of the pattern paper. So I'm going to attach a piece of vellum in front of the pattern paper and behind the Christmas tree ornaments. Before I attach the vellum to the card, I'm going to attach the bulbs. And I'm using more of the tape runner for that. Everything's going down flat on this card. After I have these in place, I'm going to flip over the vellum piece and put tape runner behind that, just behind the bulbs so that you won't see it. And I can attach this to the card. I took some inspiration from the inspiration page that came in this kit. And what they did is they used some of the red cardstock to cut out paper strings for the bulbs. I'm trying to cut some really thin pieces of cardstock. And then I'm just going to use some liquid glue to attach these. I'll use a piece of scrap paper to dab it off. And I'll line these up with the bulbs. Press them in place, and I love the look of this. Paper is so much easier to work with than string. For the last one, I'm using my all-in-one tool just to kind of lift up that bulb topper so I can place that behind it. Now I'm going to flip this card over and cut off the overhang. So that was a super easy way to add string. I love it. The sentiment comes from the Puffy sticker pack. It says, "Happy Holidays." I'll put it right over 2 of the bulbs. And that's it for this card. Oh, except for a few of the star embellishments. These Christmas kits are so much fun because you can get tons of your Christmas cards done for the year. And they go really fast, too. Okay, here it is, all done. And let me give you a look at the inside. The vellum just softens it up a bit. I just love that look. For card number 7, I'm going to use a few of the acetate die cut shapes. I thought I was going to use more on this video, but I never know how these cards are going to turn out as I create them. But I am definitely going to be making up more cards off camera. I'm layering 2 pieces of pattern paper on top of the card base. And now for the acetate mountains. I just thought those were so cute. So I'm going to glue those down with the tape runner. I'll use the second of the sign die cut shapes. Place that down. Then I had to use this little elf car. That will go in front. This is going to be a pretty flat card, easy to mail out. Now for another acetate shape. these little Christmas tree lights. I'm putting a dot of glue behind each one, hoping that it won't ooze out from behind them. I don't want it to be seen on the acetate. And then the sentiment says Christmas fun, and I'll put that at the bottom. It's a puffy sticker. I'll add a few peppermint die-cut shapes around this panel. And these I'm using in place of embellishments or sequins. And here it is, all done. And here is the inside. Now for the last card, this set. I'm putting down a piece of red cardstock onto the card base. I had to cut off a slit on the right. The cardstock was just a tad smaller than the card base. And next I'm using this really pretty piece of floral pattern paper. But I wanted to put something behind my floral die cut shapes to bring it out from the pattern. You can see it really clearly. So I'm going to use some ink from Simon Hurley. This ink is called Beast Ink and is going to go down darkest in the corner, and then I'm going to fade as I go up to the other corner. This ink blends so beautifully. I love Simon Hurley's inks. Now this floral piece will stand out really nicely. However, I am going to pop it up with some foam squares. Then I'm going to use this little tag acetate die cut shape. I'm going to cut off the tag bits so it's a little square. I'm going to back it with some of the green cardstock. Then I'm pulling out my eyelet punch. This is from We Are Memory Keepers. Pull out a little red one. I'm going to put this in the corner of the acetate sentiment. So I'll punch the hole first. And then I can pop in the eyelet and keep track of it. There we go. And then I can flatten that in place with the crocodile eyelet tool. Now I have a cute little eyelet to put a bow in. I'm using more of the Spellbinders red twine. I love this stuff. It's not as bright as the red of the card, but it fits perfectly. It's really pretty on this card. I'll push the folded edge through first. Then the ends of the string I'll pull through. Then I am going to tie this into a bow. This eyelet presser is a new tool in my craft room, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Lately, I've been creating a lot of tags, and I like having the reinforced tag holes to put ribbon in. So first I'm going to put down the floral die cut shape. And then this sentiment is going to go down with some more tape runner. And I can tuck that into the corner of the flowers. For a finishing touch, I'm going to add some pearls. I pulled out some pretty... I will trim off the ends of the bow, and then I can add some pretty green pearls around this panel. I like using one of each size. I think I'll put this one down at the bottom. And here it is, all done. I sure hope you have fun with your Spellbinders card kit for October. Again, it's called Feeling Festive. I'll have all of the links to the products that I use to create these cards listed in the description box if you want to check them out. Happy Christmas card crafting, everyone. I'll be back again really soon with another video. Take care. Bye.